Hi again, YouTubers. So it is that time of month for Face of the Month. I sat down today, had some time, and I just am leaving my hair up in a messy bun. But this is a look, if you follow my vlogs, that I have been doing a lot lately. And I have two things I've been doing a lot, honestly. One is with the Becca Ombre's Nude palette, which I already kind of did a mini application in a vlog, and I'll post that below. And the other one is the Bare Minerals Top Shelf Duo, and I think I'm going to buy a full size of this because I love it. And this is what I have on right here today, and I'm really enjoying it. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and here we go. Alright, so the first thing is the Guerlain Meteorites Pearls Light Diffusing Perfecting Primer. This is the pink one that Sephora still carries now. I used 2 pumps of it, and I just pat it on my face. All around, down my neck a little bit. It's that time of year where I feel like, and I rub the extra onto my hands, that I feel like I need a little something. Bobbi Brown Tinted Eye Brightener. And just had to dab this. Instead of the Eve Pearl, I've been using this. That or the No Dark, what is it called? No Dark Shadows. I always want to say circles, and it's No Dark Shadows. Just tap that on underneath there. You see the difference right away. So let's see here. What's new? I feel like there's not as much to recap with on here because of the vlogs. Ugh, can't ever say that right. I have been using this, the CoverGirl Andolé Facelift Effect Firming Makeup. Comes in the jar. This is the color Light Medium. And I just tap my finger into it, and I just kind of, I mean, literally, it is plenty of product. I just kind of try and use as little, I barely touch my finger to it, and then I just kind of tap it all over my my face. There's a little bit on the edge. I try to put a little bit under my eyes. Wipe that finger off, and then I use the IT Cosmetics, let's see here, Airbrush Complexion Perfection 115 brush. This is what it looks like. The angle is amazing. Makes for awesome application of products. Just makes it, and it's so soft. Like, you can tap it in, you can buff it in, you can dot it in. Like, it works every way you want to use it. It's awesome, and it's the softest brush. It's just so great for this. And I just bring whatever's left down my neck. Make sure it's all blended in. My skin's a little bit red because I just got out of the shower. Laura Mercier Mineral Powder. I've been mixing 2 colors, Natural Beige and Real Sand. Oops. I already have a little bit in one that I mixed up by mistake, so I'm just kind of using that in the lid, but because I don't use too much of this. Buff some in, tap it off. And I start on my contour because it is a little bit darker. If you saw that when I first put this brush down, and I do one side of my face, and then I do the other. Bring it down my neck. Same thing. You can see it right there. But then I blend it in. But I just figure it's always, wherever you put the brush down first is always the darkest. So I always kind of start in an area that I wouldn't mind a contour anyway. That's the minerals. I love this stuff. Of all the mineral powders, I was talking to one of my aunts at Thanksgiving about, of all the mineral powders, and anytime I have some left over, I just put it back in the top of this, of the Natural Beige one, so I always know where it is. So, when I use the Tarte bamboo brush, I don't know the name of this, the Amazonian bamboo brush. This thing's awesome. So dense. I felt like I saw a little shiny spot there. Onto that. Then onto eyes. The next thing, I have been trying out this Smashbox 24-Hour Photo Finish Shadow Primer. Funny little story about one of my cousins. We were talking about makeup and things like that, and it was so funny because she says, "Oh, I use an eye." I said, she was saying she was trouble with eyeshadow, I think it was. And I said, oh, do you use an eye primer? And she goes, well, I use the one under my eye. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she's like, you know, eye primers, they go under your eyes. And I was like, no. No, it doesn't. It goes on your eyelid. There's some of them like Benefit Stay Don't Stray that are made for that, but that's not what she was using. So I thought that was kind of funny. Benefit Gimme Brow. Let me see how the easiest way to do this. Sorry, I might have to move my mirror up a little bit. There we go. And I have just been putting it on the edges like this and then going in through the front. And then if I need it, I use the Anastasia. But for an everyday, I feel like this is fine. I don't need them completely like shaped out perfectly. If I'm going somewhere or doing something, then I add the Anastasia Brow Wiz a little bit. And if I have any like spots that I see that just aren't filling in, kind of like that one right there. That's all right. So that's that part. On to eyeshadows. I have been, two things I have been using. One of the two is either the Becca Ombres Nude Palette or this Bare Minerals Top Shelf Duo. And I have been using one of the two. This one, I already did like a mini application video with that one, excuse me, on my vlog. I'll try and post that below so you can see that. So today I'm going to use the Bare Minerals. This is a duo called Top Shelf. Take a Smashbox brush. This is the Smashbox crease brush. Just crease brush. That's all it's called. I use the Pro Tapered ones for things that are, I have one that I use for shiny ones, one that I use, I'm sorry, no, I use this one for anything that has a shine to it. I use one of my Pro Tapered crease ones for mattes, and then I use one for anything that's more of a pink tone. It's just such pretty color. Then I take a Sephora Pro Small Shadow number 15 brush and the cream color in here. There's only two colors. Take the cream color and I just go up into the brow bone very lightly. Then I take the Sephora Pro Shadow number 14, same color, and I put it on my lid, starting on the inner, the exact middle, and then working my way out towards the tear duct, because I want the most shimmer on the middle. That's that part there. Then, sorry, I keep leaning out for brushes. Sephora Pro Shader Brush number 18. It's a tiny little shader brush. And I go back in with the darker of the two colors. Tap it off and I go right under my eye. Same thing with the other side. And then I wing it up just a little bit, like wherever my liner is probably going to go. Alrighty. So yeah, I feel like I catch up with you guys way more than I used to because of, sorry, flipping my mirror over. I have been using this one, the L'Oreal Hip High Intensity Pigmented Color Truth Cream Eyeliner in 905 Black. That is a lot to say. This is what it looks like. I've heard good things about the Maybelline too. This one is way darker than the MAC Black Track, and it stays way, way, way better. You can see the little like divot down here of where I've used it. I use the IT Cosmetics, gosh, I have like a tickle in my throat today. I'm so sorry about that. IT Cosmetics Angled Liner Brush 217. This is the most amazing, easiest liner brush I have ever used. So I dip it into the product. I just kind of tap it on both sides as you see me turning. And then I take the lid and I do the same thing. I tap it off both ways. And then I go in. Oh, I guess I tapped too much off. Or maybe I didn't get enough on the brush, one of the two. Probably because I wasn't looking at it, I was looking at the camera. There we go. And I just literally tap this right into my lash line. I start at the end and I work my way in. Then I go back in, do the same thing over again, And then I take this brush, I simply lay it down on the outer corner and drag it in. Do the same thing, but going across the top. And you can see there where there's a little triangle that needs to be filled in. I just go back with what's on the brush, fill it in, and kind of even it out. Then I go back in, same thing, and go up into the lash line, essentially tight lining. Give me that little bit of extra like depth to the lashes. Tell the difference in those two eyes. So now on to the other side, same thing. So let's see here. What is new? Getting ready to go away for the holidays. I'm going to be away for, let's see here, this weekend that just went by. I was away. We're home next weekend, but we have a Christmas party at our house. And then our Christmas here with my family is that Sunday. And that's when we have Christmas here with MJ in the morning, and like we do our exchange, and like we exchange our gifts. And Marty and I do this thing, same thing on this side. Hold on, can't talk much with this. Marty and I have this thing, which we have done since the very first year, is we do one big gift and one small gift. So that way it's not like a lot of like, here's a shirt, here's a tie, here's some socks, here's some underwear. Like it's just two gifts that have a lot of thought to them, and that's just kind of our way of doing it. We do buy MJ a bunch of gifts though, but they then stay here, but it gives them a couple days to play with it, and then we go up and stay at his parents' house for Christmas and Christmas Eve, and we go there, and MJ gets to have another Christmas morning there with them, and I just wipe that brush off. Really good. Like I literally take it, and you can see on here, I wipe it back and forth, and then I kind of pinch it in between my fingers and pull it straight so it stays nice and flat, so that I make sure I always store it like where it's really, really, really tight together. So we go there. Guerlain Terracotta 4 Seasons 02 Natural Blondes. And this is what it looks like. The Tom Ford bronzer brush. So then he gets another Christmas, essentially, at Marty's parents' house for Christmas. And then we stay there for a day or two, depending each time what we have going on. And then we go to our Cape house and stay there from Christmas till after New Year's. And just get to have some family time and some us time. And we have friends and family that come in for New Year's and spend time with us on New Year's. Dior Star Concealer 002. I've been trying this out. I'm kind of neither here nor there on it. It kind of reminds me of MAC Studio Finish, I think, the one that comes in like with a doe foot applicator. Tap it on. Sometimes I use that Sephora brush. So yeah, so we'll do that and then we'll be back. So I've also been kind of gathering things up and getting things together and making sure I have a list of everything that we need. We do our shopping. I know this sounds silly, but we've done this since we've known each other, and I used to do it before I knew him, and he did too, which is funny. Our shopping on Christmas Eve. We always have, both of us. He used to do it with his brother. I used to do it with my brother. And now we kind of do that same type of thing. Laura Mercier Smooth Finish Foundation Powder in 03. I go out in the morning, usually with Marty, then he meets up with his brother and does their Christmas shopping. And they still do big beers and stuff like that. NARS Madly and the IT Cosmetics. Oh, sorry, that last brush was the Sephora Pro Airbrush 56. That was this one that I used for under the eyes, and it is the most amazing brush. People say it's great for foundation, but I love it for that. Blush, I use the IT Cosmetics 227 Flawless Blush. This is my favorite blush brush by far. And I just tapped this on. But yeah, so we still do our shopping on Christmas Eve for the most part. A couple things we pick up ahead of time for people, but very rarely anymore do we do that. We used to try and do, or I used to try and do a little bit ahead of time. I have been using, again, my Dior Amber Diamond. A couple people told me when I did my highlighter video that I needed to give this another try. So I have been making a conscious effort to try it again. So I don't think I'll be selling that, sorry, to anyone who is interested. Because I know a couple people had commented that they were. NARS Audacious Lipstick in the color Barbara. Love that color. Eyelash curler and Lancome Grandiose mascara. So let's see. So yeah, so we don't tend to pack much and go with us, but our main problem is going from his family's house. The toys that he gets, we take to our Cape house, and then we leave the toys at that house. So every time he goes up there, he has new toys to play with. I mean, we'll bring one or two things back here if he really, really likes them or enjoys them or wants to play with them. But for the most part, I try and leave stuff up there. So that way, every time he goes up there, he has different stuff to play with. Plus, he'll still have all the toys at this house from my family and from us. So he doesn't really need it. He doesn't need that much. So, I guess that's everything that I can think of. I have most of my videos. Oh no, look at that. Where's my Q-tip? All right. Oh, sorry, I needed a Q-tip. Oh man. All right, let's see here. We're gonna have to fix that. But I think this will just do. The brush I used for under my eyes. That should do. Anyway, so I forget what I was saying. Oh, I know what else I was talking about. I was talking to Brianna Stanko recently. She has a channel here on YouTube, and we're going to do a collaboration in January, either because that's when I have some openings, because I schedule all my videos out for the next month coming up. So we're either going to do a face of the month, sorry, there's an eyelash on there, a face of the month using the same products, or get ready with me, whatever, using the same products and seeing how we do it differently, or a top 10 high-end products. I don't know, what do you guys think? It'll probably be towards the end of January that we do that, just because we're both super busy. And with me being away, it's a little bit more difficult. I don't do this all the time, but I feel like a lip gloss today. Makeup Forever Lab Shine number S2, I think it is, yeah. I just felt like I needed some gloss. So that's it. That is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please let me know if you have any other questions. I'm just kind of leaving my hair up in a messy bun today. We're just staying around the house for the most part, but I wanted to sit down and do this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know if you have any questions, and thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.